Happy Thursday, everybody.
Yeah.
Season 1, episode 23. I can't believe it, man.
Happy Thursday. Yeah. And Nikki's back this week. So great to have you back.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It was a great time off. I wish I could tell you I was doing something important for business, but I wasn't. I was just up in the mountains enjoying myself. So
Nice. Well, yeah, you missed our CrowdStrike debugging or diagnosis or deep dive with DMZ. So
yeah, well, you know how it is. You go on vacation, you take 3 days off. It takes you 18 days to catch up. So I haven't had a chance to look at the episode yet, but it is on my to-do list. I am sure that. Did you have as much commentary as we did the week before when we weren't talking about CrowdStrike?
No, not as much. No, but we we got we got DMZ on there, and we got the scoop, so to speak, on that. So yeah,
Excellent.
it was if you wanna deep dive on that, there's episode 22, I believe is that the number. Wow, 23 episodes. Whew.
I know, right? Well, and the big news is what? We're 1 week away from Explore. So week after next, Explore's coming up. So, again, reminder to everybody out there, come see us at Explore. We're hoping to do the CF memories montage while we're there. We're going to be, you're doing a lot of talks. I'm doing some talks, booth duty, come see us. I want to meet everybody in person, especially, Anbu. Are you going? Are you going to Explore? Because you're always on, man. Would love to meet you in person, and thank you for the CF buy.
For sure.
Yeah.
A quick shout out to DMZ. That we did discuss the CrowdStrike for Tanzu Platform for Cloud Foundry integration that's being worked on. I actually just released yesterday. So if you are a CrowdStrike customer, check it out and go from there. But yeah, shout out to DMZ for listening to the show this week.
And proof in the pudding that people aren't abandoning CF, like what we've been saying, man. It's seeing its resurgence. We've got more partner tiles coming in. Cloud Foundry still sticking around. It's still doing the job it's meant to do, and it's doing it well.
Yeah, and I guess we should get into the topic of today.
Yeah,
we want to talk about how Cloud Foundry and Tanzu Platform are better together. And I guess without further ado, we can bring on our guest star today. This is Jacob Newton. Hey, Jacob.
Hey, Jacob. So, Jacob, we should get started by saying that, you're working on Tanzu Platform now, but you were also the PM that was in charge of metrics, right? And HealthWatch?
Yes. Yeah. So it's also the PM for HealthWatch and App Metrics. And so really kind of taking that over here at Broadcom and just kind of taking those learnings and bringing that to the Tanzu platform and all the other layers from there. So, yeah.
Awesome. So somebody who's got a lot of experience with this, first question we always ask, CF memory. What was your first CF push experience, your first CF memory?
Yeah, actually, it goes a little bit far back from me. So I started at Pivotal in 2018. And my first CF push experience was actually during the interview process, which is funny. And then after that, it's definitely many times after that. But, didn't really, back then, I didn't really know a whole lot about CF. And so it's been quite the journey ever since, and really solving a lot of customer problems from the observability perspective too. So it's been good throughout the years. A lot of mentors in the past. So shout out to everyone who's listening.
Yeah, looks like Deshaun's a fan. He loves you. So
yeah, nice. Yeah, Sean and I had some good customer engagements in the past. So making customers' outcomes come true with HealthWatch and observability tools for on-prem. So yeah.
Nick, how many times have we heard somebody say that their first CF push experience was during an interview process?
I was just about to say that. It's not it's become, I guess, quite common thing too.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, that's wow. We're gonna have to start talking to people that didn't do it in an interview process. I want to start again. Call out to the customers if you guys are watching and you've got some CF experiences. Reach out to us. We'd love to get you on the show.
Yeah, and I guess too, a quick reminder: we do have a Cloud Foundry Day session in CF Days Germany, which we'll have a customer on too. So, or a Cloud Foundry user per se. So we'll get some more stories there. But yeah, definitely want to hear those stories. So
we're planning on
an eye out.
a live episode from Europe, so from Germany today.
Yeah.
Hopefully, I know that you're already approved to go. I'm still looking to get approval to go.
Yeah.
We'll wait and see, but hopefully this will be a 2-man show, not a 1-man show.
In worst case, you can like tag along my baggage. I don't know.
That's right. Maybe get you one of those carts so that I can fit in your luggage and you just carry me on.
Yeah. My baggage fees are also the same price as my airline ticket. Yeah. Anywho, right. Yeah, back to the programming here. Yeah, so we're talking with Jacob, Tanzu Platform. Definitely, I think. Okay, thanks, Jashan. Yeah, I guess we can also do. Sorry, fund me. Yeah, maybe we could do a Patreon for the show or something.
That's
Who knows?
right.
Yeah,
there we go. Yeah. Get the word out. That's what we need. We need funding so we can get the word out even more. Crowdsource that funding.
There you go. All right, so Jacob, we're here to talk about Tanzu Platform and CF better together. So, what is it here that you're here to talk to us about today? Give us an overview.
Yeah, so Tanzu Platform it's a product that's being developed now, and specifically for CF is why I'm here to chat about that portion of it. Is that so Tanzu Platform is going to be the sort of consolidated view for a lot of CF customers going into the future, and I think that it's a, like you mentioned, kind of a better together story, and it's going to be the sort of product that we're going to try to take forward for our CF customers, and it's going to be a launching point, that sort of single pane of glass that customers have been asking for quite some time, and that's what we've been marching towards basically since the beginning of this year, and we've made a lot of progress, and I'm excited to get it in the hands of some of our customers here.
Well, and before we get into that, I know that, we've done some explanation here, but, when we talk about Cloud Foundry, we've got the open source side, we got the commercial side. And so it probably bears a little bit of just, going in and talking about what Tanzu Platform is, right? So on the commercial side, we had PCF. It's now Tanzu Platform for Cloud Foundry. But what we've seen is that we're kind of combining, right? We had a separate offering for K8s. We had a separate offering for runtime for Cloud Foundry. Tanzu Platform's kind of bringing all of that together. And we are going to specifically be talking about the Cloud Foundry side of this, but Tanzu Platform is now one, it's going to be one unified platform for both K8s and Cloud Foundry, using all the Tanzu tools that So, it is commercial side, and I believe, Jacob, everything that we're talking about here is going to be on the commercial side. It's not going to be for OSS, but it is something that we're putting out through, VMware by Broadcom.
Exactly. Yep. Sort of that one launching point for everything that you're running. So K8s clusters, multiple CF foundations. That's that's the goal there. Keeping it all under one roof, making it easier for customers. I think that's the ultimate goal.
Yeah, and that's something that I'm pretty excited to get to talking about is, it's always been one of those things that we've heard customers asking for. We've got multiple foundations out there, but in order to really look at them, I'm having to bounce from, OpsMan to OpsMan, AppsMan to AppsMan, right, for each foundation. But you're talking about multi-foundational view. And, we had a question before we even started the show, Anbu, being the great friend of the platform or the show that he is. He asked the question, what is multi-foundation? Does it mean a single control plan to manage and monitor all CF foundations?
It does, actually. So less on the managed side, but the monitoring aspect of it today. So OpsMan isn't going away right now. There's sort of talks, but today, talks in the way maybe consolidating in Tanzu Platform. But right now, OpsMan is here to stay, and the goal is to have the Tanzu Platform as that single pane of glass across all of your foundations that you have. So basically are peering into all the different foundations with Tanzu Platform. This is the whole goal there.
All right, so we're keeping OpsMan. OpsMan's still going to be there to manage the individual foundations. That's still where we're going to come in from the commercial side to place tiles and do specifics. But what we're talking about here is an aggregation of that information into one single pane of glass, right? We're not going to have to jump around. We're going to be able to view statistics. I mean, that sounds like an operator's dream. I'm sure our platform engineers out there are getting excited about this because that's something that they've been asking for a long time.
Yeah, totally. And it's a very consistent experience that they've dealt with in the past, like you said, installing a tile in any of the foundations that you want to roll up to Tanzu Platform, keeping it pretty basic config, making it so that it's an experience they're used to. Nothing crazy new there as far as like an Opsman goes, Opsman tiles go. And so getting that set up is relatively straightforward, and seeing the benefits right away is kind of that's like the outcomes that we were going for.
All right. Well, are you going to show us some stuff, or are we just going to sit here and talk about it, man?
Let's
do it.
I'll volunteer to screen share, and we can all commentate. Okay. How about that?
Yeah, let's do it. Play by play.
Yeah. Share screen. Always have to remember how to do this. All right. Entire screen. Okay. Alrighty. All right. So I can see my screen. Sorry, I'm just trying to remove my inception when I start the screen here, and I'll zoom way in. Do you want to start at like where we install it, like the hub collector?
Yeah, let's start there. Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
Sense.
Okay. So I'm in an ops manager, right? We got some tiles. Everybody's got tiles, right? But we're gonna go into the hub collector here, and this is the new tile that gets us into the Tanzu hub collector. So obviously normal AZ network stuff, nothing too crazy here.
Yeah.
And then essentially, I'm assuming the secrets are gonna be okay. Good. I was like, let's slow roll that.
We focus on some security, okay?
Yeah. Next thing we know, we've got people all over the world hosting, inappropriate things on Kuhn's platform here.
Well, usually it's not a problem but this is I'm using the SaaS side of this, so I was like, I don't want to leak some API key or something. But yeah, so anyway, we give it some IDs and such and some secrets, and then wired up essentially.
Pretty straightforward fields there. Yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm. And then some of those, some of those fields there are really so a customer will need access to Tanzu Platform, and in the Tanzu Platform product, you'll see foundations configuration, and in there you'll have some of the data points that you'll need for these fields. And so it makes it pretty easy for a lot of those customers. So you just go into the bottom left-hand corner there.
Oh, is it under
setup and config? Yeah. So foundation. Under foundation management. Yep. So yes, as soon as you click add new, you'll some of the data points you'll need. Once you add a foundation there, you'll get to the next screen, which will give you some of the keys that you'll need for that tile. And once you have that set up, then you're basically halfway with being done with configuring that tile to connect it and attach it to the Tanzu platform. So that's key there. So the point here is that you're wanting to connect every single foundation to the Tanzu platform through the tile. And what you're doing is you're installing that tile across all your individual foundations. And so it's a straightforward process there, but and then the config is pretty simple in my opinion. And once you do that, you've basically got all the foundations attached to Tanzu platform. You should start seeing some of the benefits of the platform right away.
Yeah.
So one question we see there when we look down, we see, okay, here's your configuration details, but we also see the OMCLI using YAML file. What exactly does that do for us?
Yeah, so this is more of a straightforward process here. So instead of copy and pasting the IDs here and putting them into the Opsman tile, you can do this all through the OMCLI. So it's nice, it's a little bit faster too, a little bit less back and forth. So operators, if you think that's something you want to see more support of, let me know. That'd be good to hear, because today, the most simple, straightforward path we know of is doing it through just the process I just described. So I'm all ears for any more feedback around that point.
Excellent. Awesome. And the next question is, we're talking about, so we're putting in some new concepts here that even people that are using the commercial side may not know. You talk about, well, once you log on to Tanzu platform, what exactly do you mean by that when you log on to Tanzu platform?
Yeah, so when you go through, I guess Yeah. So when you go
We go
through
to
the
the home,
cloud, like,
the
yeah, go
cloud
home here. Yeah,
console. Yeah.
perfect.
Yep.
Cloud console, yeah. So once you're in here, this is like the landing page for Tanzu Platform, and there are other folks who are in the PM group on the Tanzu Platform core team that might be able to give you more of a deeper dive. But I'm here just to talk about CF, since this is CF Weekly here, and so the idea here is that this is that landing page. This is the Tanzu Platform, and from here you're launching into other um, infrastructure things that you're wanting to observe, like CF or Kubernetes. You could go into your policies. I think maybe DMZ maybe cover some of this portions as well. And you can see into your applications as well that all the apps that are attached, all the foundations that are attached, and you can see into all the apps in those foundations. That is, so it's kind of like one-stop shop.
All right. So this is not something that's
Everything's there.
included as part.
You'll have all the data points.
Yeah. So this is the Tanzu platform. It's not something that's tied to CF. It's not a CF managed thing. This is coming through Cloud Console. And if you're on the core side, you probably understand how to log into that and look at things. But this is a separate place, but it is an aggregation point for all of Tanzu platform, regardless of where you deploy.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yep. And I've navigated over to the foundation view under infrastructure, so you can see the multi foundations being registered. Now this is one of our kind of lab spaces. So we have a lot of foundations going in and out of here. So we got a couple stale entries here, but we got 3 that are live. And one of these is actually one of my foundations. So I guess we can drill into that.
Yeah. Yeah. The idea there in that previous screen, though, is we want to be able to kind of bubble up some key data points about like the typical health of your foundations. So at a glance, understanding like how close you are to capacity. We heard a lot of feedback around this, like that it's like this capacity is a really important piece of mounting all your different foundations, and that could be that key bubble up metric that we've done here. Now, we're all ears. If the audience here thinks that we need something else at this level or want to add something more, but feel free to chime in the chat. I'm all ears and understand like what those use cases are too. But at this level, it's like a way for you to dive in, like what you were just doing, that kind of getting into an individual foundation. The idea is that we know that you're more than likely coming to a foundation based on an alert or something triggering some action happened, some event happened, and you're going to need to take action on that. And that's the concept here. It's like,
or you could just be,
into the Tanzu platform.
Right. Or, I think too, I really like this. I'll highlight it here. Maybe you can see it. Diego memory use. So like when I was running platforms, we watched that metric pretty heavily. And obviously this foundation at 91%, they're going to have some problems scheduling, probably, I would say. This is probably, this is probably some kind of test thing. But even in my foundation, I'm at 74%. I was actually deploying some more test apps this morning, and I'm like, oh, I might need to add another Diego cell or two in this environment, that type of thing. So,
well, and I think we missed something kind of important up top, right? When we're talking about multi-foundational view, when we look at that, that is across all our foundations. We've got one that's in the red. Make sure people understand you do get kind of a screenshot of all your foundations. So that's what we mean by multi-foundational view. It's not just a trigger point for you to access your foundations. And is this screen customizable or is it something that's planned to where you can put information that you want to see across all your foundations like we're seeing with Diego?
Yeah, not today, but that's something that could be coming in the future. That's the intention.
Yep. Well, I mean, that's the most important metric. I'm with Nick. Running foundations, that Diego cell memory was something that we always wanted to look at. But being able to just see real quick that, hey, there's one foundation that we need to take a look at, and then scroll on down and we see which foundation it is that's showing us the red.
Yeah.
Yeah. Another key point that we were kind of brainstorming here, and it's like in the grid down below, adding some of the CLI checks that we have for per foundation. So if you're in line with the foundation, can you log in? Can you start? Can you stop? Can you get logs? that check, that quick sanity check to see at your foundation, along with Diego, at a glance, you're sort of seeing, oh, okay, everything, I'm logging in for the day, everything across my foundations is looking okay. I'm going to carry on with my daily work. Is kind of the idea there.
Well, I know, a lot of operation teams, one of their most used is Health Watch, right? People love Health Watch. They love looking at it because it gives them, overall health. Are you bringing in this information from Health Watch? Is this separate? Is it coming from the collector itself and separating outside of Health Watch? Do you need Health Watch installed to get these metrics?
Yeah, those are great questions. So you don't need Health Watch installed. The collector is actually getting all this data, all the Health Watch data, and all of the data that we've collected via app metrics as well. So we have both, basically in the spirit of consolidation here. We're using one tile, the CF Hub collector, to get the outcomes and get the data from those tiles that I just mentioned. So Health Watch and app metrics, and that's the concept there. But it's not only just that. I kind of want to diffuse the whole Health Watch app metrics aspect of this. The platform is more than just that. It's telling you the topology of your foundation, showing you like what you've got deployed in your orgs, giving you logs in context of that foundation too, which is nice. It's something that the other products weren't able to bring to the table just yet at this level.
Yeah, I see that as a huge benefit. I mean, especially if Health Watch, if we can get a lot of the same information into this that we were getting from Health Watch, but we don't have to install the tile. Same with that metrics, right? That's going to improve a lot of platforms. Now that's 2 less tiles that they don't have to go through upgrades on, that they don't have to watch. This is being taken care of by the collector. So now we're kind of aggregating not only information into a single pane, but you're also aggregating collection into a single tile, which is going to be huge. There's a lot of people that are worried about, upgrade times. Every tile we add is going to add, time to our upgrade. So this is a reduction in that maintenance burden as well.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And if you count Metric Store, which is the DB for app metrics, then now you're down from 3 to 1, which is excellent.
Yep, huge benefit. Sorry, Nick, I interrupted you.
No, I was just gonna say we could see some even this topology where you get the organizations and spaces, orgs to spaces and things like that. So we're starting to see some higher level concepts being mapped out, which is pretty cool. That I don't think we're really available in any of the other tooling either. So not only like existing style, but new functionality as well.
No. Yeah, I mean you're
yeah, exactly.
Oh, go ahead, Jacob.
Oh, I was like, while I was watching the stream, I just noticed that something triggered, and it was one of the health checks was actually deploying. So it's kind of, it's constantly seeing it evolve is nice, is what I was trying to get to there. And it's just good to see that everything's in one place, and we're seeing some of the benefits already, metric wise. So, yeah.
I mean, this is something I'm pretty excited about, and again, this is something, a lot of platform engineers are going to love because, again, it gives you that single pane. But you're not just kind of catering to the engineer persona here. You're looking at developers. You're looking at security guys. You're actually trying to take this, almost enterprise wide to give every persona that's using the platform a view into what the platform's doing and what the applications are doing. I think that's a huge step forward. Again, getting away from that, having multiple screens to look at certain things, being able to aggregate that into one place, regardless of what your function is, that's huge as well.
Yeah, exactly. I know it's a pain today. People have to have a ton of different Grafana tabs open across all the different foundations that they're managing. So that's having just one, honestly, just even having one Google tab is the benefit, in my opinion.
Yeah. One Google tab. Whew, I didn't even think about that until just now, but I have a frequent problem of having way too many tabs.
I always relate that back to people say, hey, our goal is 0 CVEs. There's no such thing as 0 CVEs, right? There's no such thing as having one Google tab open. If you don't have 5, you're not, at least 5 minimum, you're not working hard.
You can have less, though, I guess. I guess that's what we're getting at. But yeah.
Oh, no, we'll find other things to fill the Google tabs that we were using with something else.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. It's just like a principle in life. There'll always be more tabs. Yeah. So what else here? So I mean, yeah, out of these first of these screens or tabs, I mean, we're starting to see like you see like these look a lot like some of the Health Watch dashboards, which is nice. Um,
Yeah.
I'm actively trying to scale up some apps in this foundation to see if I can trigger anything, but
Doing it live, nice.
yeah, I'm just like, let's add some more stuff here randomly to see in my pre-existing apps. I think I ran that. I'm out of space on that one org, so okay, we're done with that. But anyway,
so DMZ comes up with a comment: anomaly detection. What do we got there? Is there anything we can talk about there, Jacob? DMZ is going to bring up that sort of stuff.
Yeah. Thanks. Thanks for the call out there. It's one of the features that we're been experimenting with here. It's anomaly detection. It's basically, it's going to be triggered when there's, I think it's just today, it's just going to be on a single line on the chart. But when you see a spike above the normal cadence that the line chart's actually performing on. So bad example here is on the Bosch director status, but like, for example, if you maybe scroll down a little bit, you might see possibly in the, say, CPU usage here, you might see a spike that's out of the normal rhythm that it typically takes. And that anomaly detection is going to say, hey, it'll highlight the area the event happens. And then you'll see, see exactly just like that. You'll see some sort of visual indicator first. And then I think that there's going to be alerts tied to that as well. So it's really sort of bringing attention to issues or possible issues that are going to be or occurring on your foundation.
Nice. So I would assume the green means like it's normal-ish.
So the color coding, I'm not too positive about the color coding. I know that there's a lot of color coding in the other aspects of things, but yeah, I think it's just more like highlighting is the idea there.
I see.
We're asking Jacob the hard questions. Hey, that color coding is not my area, man. What are you talking about?
I mean,
I didn't even see that. That button until it was called out. I was like, anomaly detection. I'm like, what's that? Oh, I'll click it. Sorry, this is really Jacob and Nikki talking while I just kind of poke around in this UI and get distracted.
Well, it's easy to do, man. There's a lot of information here, and we say that usually when you say there's a lot of information, people take that as a bad thing. But when you're talking about the health of a platform, that's a good thing. Again, and it does. It has a very similar feel to what we looked at in Health Watch. Right. So, I think it's not even a big departure for our platform engineers of what they're looking at. It's just aggregating it into one place. And that's a huge, huge benefit. This is something I'm wildly excited about.
Yeah. So, I mean,
it's
not having to run, 10 or 20 or 30 different Health Watches is, I think, a huge win. Right.
Yep. So, one other question, and maybe I'm jumping ahead of you here, Jacob, but we've got installed the tile collector hub. There's also telemetry out there, and this is something that a lot of customers use. They use it in planning their foundation upgrades, their capacity planning. Is this separate from telemetry? Is it a part of telemetry? Is there any convergence that is happening there?
Yeah, it's a good question. They're separate for now, but there is convergence happening as we speak. So that's in flight now. We've got some teams working on basically I keep saying consolidation, but in the spirit of consolidation again, using that telemetry, like the learnings from telemetry, the report that typically the customers who sign up for telemetry are getting. We're going to bake that into these views and in context of the foundation, and actually at the context of the multi-foundation view. So if you notice here, you're in a foundation, you see tabs at the top, but at the multi-foundation view, you don't really see any tabs yet. But those telemetry data points that you've gotten in the past, they'll be all available at the top level, at the multi-foundation level. So you'll be able to dive into the telemetry that you're used to. I believe that customers are in Corda now, and the concept is that we want to keep you're seeing telemetry, you're seeing maybe CVE data, you might be seeing build pack information, but you also want to see metrics about your foundations, or you want to see logs about your foundations, and also you want to drill into a foundation. So that's sort of the story we're kind of curating for our platform operators and app developers too. And speaking of that, the operator, this is sort of we're really gearing this for the operator persona. And so that's why we're sort of bubbling up a lot of the same things that they're familiar with, but adding layers of more features on there as well.
Well, you just got me set. So you're telling me that, okay, it's not there yet, but the telemetry report that I see as a customer that I get in, that I use to help plan everything, we're going to be able to get that in the Tanzu platform. So it's going to be something that I can see on these screens.
Yeah, and exactly. And also it'll be, you'll just need to install the CF Hub collector. It'll be, we're collecting all the data with that tile as well. So it's possibly in the future, even one less tile for customers to install.
Shut the front door, Jacob. You're getting me even more excited, man. So now when we're talking about a consolidated view, even better, right? Now I get my telemetry report in the same screen, but I'm getting to see all my platform stuff. This is awesome. I don't think people understand how useful this is going to be.
Yes.
No more passing around PDF reports, no more logging on to separate screens. Again, hey, boss, look what we did this month on the platform. We pushed, 100,000 different apps in the last month. Here it is. It's on the screen. Everybody can go look at it. That's perfect.
Yeah, exactly. So since David's on too, you're also solving as many. So this month we've solved X amount of CVEs. So that's the real goal here. We want to be able to give the platform operators the fuel to communicate to their leadership or whoever in their organization to say, like, CF is proving itself out in these ways, and I can track that from a metric and data perspective and communicate that month over month. That's the idea.
And see, you keep throwing up these softballs, right? So you just said CVEs. That is an important part of the in-quarter report, or the telemetry report that comes out is, hey, when it comes to platform engineers interacting with their security guys, that's another place where the telemetry report is very important. Hey, here's the CVEs we know about in our products. Here's the CVEs that we know about in our stem cells. And here's how we're going to fix them. It's a way to get security kind of, sorry, DMZ, but get security off my back about how I'm going to go in and keep my platform up to date. That was a major part. CVE information is coming into this as well.
Yeah, exactly. It's critical part of the report. So I know, David, I've recently watched one of your chats here, so I'm going to be leaning on you for a little bit of support here to get the customers excited about that, because I think that this is a huge benefit, and any blockers that may come up, as far as security conscious folks, like, if you're worried about the security aspect of this, like, give me a call, give David a call. I'll probably forward it over to David. So good deal.
Awesome. All right. What else you got for us? You're just, you're throwing me all kinds of candy here. What's next?
Well, I mean, we've been pretty busy this year. It's been a very busy engineering year so far, and we're about to cross the finish line on a few items that are coming. But you did mention the telemetry aspect of this. And so I know that there's the logs tab here in the view, which is.
Hold on.
Did you hear the excitement? And
wait a minute. This thing gets me logs? What? This is new.
Yeah. So, I mean, we've been seeing some of the things that you've used to in the past. So all the metrics and KPIs, KSIs, all that data that's sort of table stakes for a lot of folks, getting metrics off the log aggregator platform or even Hotel. But yeah, logs here. So this kind of is in context with a foundation. So you set this up through there's a field there in our documentation. There's some fields that you'll need to set in the actual task tile.
We're going there right now. Hold on.
Nice.
I just did this the other day, so it's fresh
perfect.
in my memory. Yeah.
Go for it. So it's a pretty simple setup here. You're just setting the config here in the task tile, and then once you do that, you redeploy, and then you'll start seeing the platform logs.
Yeah, so I want to call it two things here, right? So you configure the syslog drain, the core platform syslog drain, like to this Telegraph hub collector endpoint, and then you also set up aggregate syslog drains here as well, and then there's an internal cert that you grab and load that in there to do TLS with syslog here. Send that up. But that's essentially once you do that, and then you go and click apply changes, and then that obviously you have to have the collector hub tile installed first, and then you go after the fact and then configure your drain, and I believe apply changes after that. So yeah, just a key note there. If you want platform log, syslog drain, don't forget to add this as well, because I originally just configured this as the aggregate syslog drain, and then I needed to go and add this as well. But those are two simple updates to your log collection stream, and then essentially they all start going up to Tanzu Platform, which is nice because centralized logging and all this other data all in one place. That was always a challenge I had back in the day. I always had multiple tools to try to get all these things together. So having this all in one place would have been really nice. When I was doing this for real. So I'm definitely excited about seeing these logs.
Can we put multiple syslogs in there?
Yeah, there's
syslog drains.
In here.
Yeah. So here's the question: we're gonna we put this in to take it up to Tanzu Platform, but there's also we've got companies that have other requirements to keep their logs in another place. Can you put multiples here, or is it right now only one or two? That I don't know the answer to.
I know you can have multiple aggregate syslog drains configured,
okay.
So you can have like n number of those. I don't know about the multiple like base level OS drains here.
Yeah, I mean, because we're looking, there's the potential to use like Splunk, right? A lot of companies have a requirement to put Splunk in there. Splunk is something, no matter what they do with logs, they've got to go into Splunk. There's a tile for that, but they're also working on doing that as a syslog drain as well. And to be honest with you, I don't know if you still got to install the syslog tile just to get syslog with their new mechanism when they're moving away from the fire hose, but I'm taking us off on a tangent. The one thing the one thing I would point out on that, which most people don't know about, if you go back to that screen and you look at the bottom of that, Nick, keep going, the custom R syslog configuration, right? So one of the things that, CF is really well known for is we log everything, right? Everything comes out in logs. And sometimes you don't want to see all those logs. And using Rainier script, you can use this section here, go in and say, here are the logs that I want to look at. Here are the logs that I want collected, and kind of discard everything else. A lot of people don't know about this section, and that's a good section to know about when you're doing drains here, to make sure you're only getting the stuff that you want to see. Maybe we should do a show on that, because syslog, Rainier script's not well known unless you're just a syslog nerd. So
yeah, I think we have some friends.
We were thinking about doing some of the filtering on the CF hub collector side. So maybe Nikki, you and I need to chat after this. Make sure that we're on the same page. So that way, maybe some of this is done, and maybe we can do more fine tuning on the CF hub collector side.
Yeah, and our DMZ brings up a good point here. So Mark Fine's also a big friend of the show. He's done a lot of stuff with using Spring Cloud Dataflow to kind of redirect your logs and parse your logs. That's probably something we should have Finesy back on for to talk about, because it is a pretty neat little setup. It is using the platform to manage the platform. That's another option, and that's the great thing about CF. There's lots of different ways to take care of stuff here.
Yeah, and then maybe we already covered this. I think that Telegraph endpoint should be accessible because it is a dot. It's the internal domain. So as long as they can pick that up, I would think all the other if you wanted to configure the other syslog drain other tiles, you'd add that there as well.
Yeah, this would just be a Bosch DNS entry, right? So it absolutely anything within the platform should be able to get to that.
Yep.
Nope.
All right. Yeah. So then, that's how you get the logs to the Tanzu platform. Boom. Right. Done.
Yeah, and you can see them right in line with the other aspects of of that particular foundation. So it's kind of nice.
Mm-hmm.
There's filtering options happening. I think there's going to be some filtering options in the UI. So yeah, there's more to come. Obviously, we've been building this out pretty rapidly, and
yeah. So two, this is, what does this do? Show full log text.
Hold on, I'm just going to poke around some more.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah.
In one single view, you get Health Watch, you get multi-platform views, you get logs. But wait, there's more. Nick's going to find more stuff that he didn't know about. This is awesome.
Yeah. Let's do the last 2 hours. I don't know. No idea. I wonder. The better question is how far back do the logs go?
And this is where Nick goes in and starts tempting the demo gods on live demos.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we got graphs. We got logs. It's cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Not too. Not too bad. This is a relatively. This isn't a very chatty. Ooh, it's just yeah. Anyway, these are just like the syslog platform drains, right? So, but like we also. We're getting like app stuff too, right? Do we want to go into that now?
Well, click the little arrow. What else do we get from the logs? I mean, how does that display the logs when you click the little arrow to the left?
Health Z.
There you go.
Go router health check.
All right.
Get LC 200. Yeah.
And look at that. You can copy the log line. No more having to, highlight and paste. Boom.
Oh, log message copied successfully with a checkbox. I mean,
Jacob, y'all thought of everything.
That is serious business right there. All right. Okay. Wow. I DNS blob update. I could just probably poke around these logs all day, but no one wants to see that, I guess. But yeah, we have logs. It's platform logs, right?
Thought of every. Now I'm just waiting for the button that tells that goes and pays my car payment for me. What else you got in this thing?
Well, I don't.
I only wish.
Yeah.
I'll add that specifically. It'll just route to.
That'll be a feature request I put in. Go make your car payment.
It will be a UI box that does nothing.
It's doing everything else. Why not make my car payment for me?
Yeah. That API request goes to dev null, Nikki. I'm sorry. All right.
Application metrics.
I think we're gonna go here.
I think you go applications, yeah.
Applications.
Yep.
Yeah, apps and microservices. Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. Ooh. We got apps.
Apps.
We got some stopped apps. We got some running apps.
Mm-hmm. Nice little I guess pie chart here. Whatever we call these.
You got some apps that you recently viewed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, let's see if we can filter down because we got multiple foundations in here. Let's just try to find mine.
Yep.
Look at that framework.
Yep.
Oh, Spring. Oh, okay. Here's all my Spring apps. That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Running. Is there a source type?
Yep. Source type.
Well, yeah. Very nice. Okay.
So if we had this wired into Kubernetes as well, that would probably be another source type, right?
It would be, yeah.
And then when we start looking, we're running Python apps, we're running Go apps, we're going to see frameworks that we can break down there, running versus, do we have, failed, or is it just running and not running? Stopped or unknown?
It's unknown.
Yeah.
Nothing. We know everything.
Everything is known.
That's right.
Yeah, we'll go to running. Okay. Now let's see.
Yeah, let's look at one of those apps you deployed.
Let's see here.
Spring Metal
76.12. Spring Metal. Yeah, I wonder if what's the current state of this one?
Says it's running. Oh, topology.
Yeah.
Topology,
MI2's
the app and connecting. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So we see that. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm like zooming. I didn't mean to. Oops. Maybe zoom out a little. There you go.
Look at that. It's connected. It's got a service for PG Vector. It's showing your services that you're connected to.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
We've got logs.
Oh, let's do that. No data available. I don't think nothing's happened in the last 5. This maybe not be the. Let me find an app that I can hit.
Well, how about while we're in Spring, click the libraries. Does this do what I think it does? Is this going to show me all the libraries that I'm using within Spring? No.
No, not yet. No.
live demos.
Not yet.
So this app hasn't been pushed in a while onto the platform, so
Okay.
I don't know if we got all the and this was
Yeah.
this is an older app that hasn't been. This is probably after all the collector stuff got installed, or like well before. So I don't know if we needed a repush when this was landed. If we go back to apps, I know there's an app that's real chatty. I want to find. Let's just search for open. All right, this will be good because this has a lot of stuff going on with it, and I can hit it and make logs.
Oh, look at that! It's showing you all your Gen AI models that you're connected to as well.
Yeah. Oh, let's see if we can do like a play-by-play here. Hold please. Let me get this UI. I'm not trying to turn this into a Gen AI episode. I just
sure you're not.
I was just using this app earlier today, and it's ready to go to make lots of logs.
It's all AI. Come on.
Yeah. See if this is working out here. Can I still see? Okay. All right. Well, I got some weird. I lost my doc or whatever. But
so what you don't know, Jacob, is with Nick, everything comes back to Gen AI at one point.
All things. Well, yeah.
I mean,
all roads lead to AI.
Yeah. So I got to unzoom a little.
It feels like that's the whole industry these days.
Yep. I agree with you.
Okay, so let's pick a model here.
Well, and while he's doing this, I see up the top intelligent assist. I'm guessing we're putting AI into this product as well, yeah?
We are, yeah. It's prompts basically based on like how say things like how's my platform or how's my foundation X doing. Kind of give you a run through on that in a future. And I'd be happy to bring in one of the PMs that I've worked with on this. Neuron is mostly run the intelligent assist pieces of this. It'd be a really good topic to cover.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're getting definitely getting logs.
So very, very reminiscent of app metrics, right?
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Yep. So again, taking away one extra URL that you have to go to, you can see it all here. Now, is this stuff going to be persona based, right? So Nick comes in, he's an operator, he can see everything. I'm a developer, which you have no idea how funny that statement is, but I'm a developer. I want to come in and see my app. Is this going to be broken down by persona, by role base?
In the future, there will be. Right now, there's not firm lines on role-based access control today, but that's something that we're actively developing on right now as well.
Okay, excellent.
And I know the two most common roles that our customers typically have are either platform operator or like opsman, admin kind of role, or the space operator. I'm getting up to speed on some of the RBAC terminology too. But be curious to hear what our customers have to say. If there's specific roles that we should consider that are outside of those two scopes, and what would you like to see in the Tanzu platform in that regard?
Yeah, come and talk to me. I mean, the role base within, Cloud Foundry is pretty simple. It's one of the things that I consider a benefit, right? So it's fairly easy how to break that down. But that's something, you got a lot of operators that maybe don't want the developers coming in and looking at certain things in the platform because they don't understand it. They may get freaked out about something and start raising tickets where they're not needed. And likewise, you want the new developers want to see that same single pane where they can go to see stuff that's relevant to them. Both their service, when and if service logs start coming back in. Some of the Spring services have those, but being able to see their service logs as well as their app logs. This is also going to be a very important thing for them. Again, single pane of glass. You can't get past that.
Exactly.
Yeah, and definitely getting actual app logs too. See, some of these endpoints are getting, chats and things going to the Gen AI service and seeing Llama 3.1. So that's pretty awesome to see these logs getting parsed through in just a very simple, all together, like very nice, very clean feel here. I like it.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm guessing that libraries tab.
Yes.
Everybody loves logs. I'm guessing that libraries tab, if you're on a Spring app, I'm guessing this isn't a Spring app, so you're probably not going to see anything there. But what's the purpose? Would the libraries actually show you like Spring dependencies? Is that the purpose of the libraries, or is there another purpose for that? Because that's exactly what it looks like.
Mostly all the dependencies. So, right?
Yep. Yeah. I mean, based on this too, the Tanzu Spring runtime support status over time. So I expect this is going to be some of these advanced Spring deep dive stuff as well.
I imagine this is something that like Deshaun's going to get excited about, right? We've got the Spring App Advisor, we've got Char and stuff out there, but being able to incorporate and have people look, Deshaun's statement, we don't want you on N-1, we want you on N, we want you on the latest. Being able to go in and take a look at your applications and see your dependencies and where you sit, that's got to be something that Deshaun's getting excited about and the rest of the Spring teams. That's a huge benefit, right? And that's, and I would say that's a benefit not only for your app developers to know where their support and their vulnerabilities set within the dependencies, but also for your platform owners and your lines of business owners to say, what's the risk and exposure of my applications as they sit out there today, right? Being able to have that pane of glass, which right now, we've got Spring App Advisor that does that. That's something that's being worked on. But again, coming back to not having to go to another place, getting that same information in one portal, that's awesome.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, and Nick, if you see that properties panel there too, you can, when you scroll within that too, you should see some of the apps, they should say which foundation it was on as well. So it's sort of a way to sort of connect if I want to traverse from a foundation to an application, and I should be able to do that and have all the entities that we've collected and kind of stored and kind of created this wireframe for the topology map, and that's how that structure was built.
I'm gonna blow you up a little bit here, Nick, because there we go.
Zoom in?
Yeah, I just took us off the screen so that we could see a little bit better on what you're doing there, but.
Yeah, sorry. I can zoom, but I'm gonna zoom in the wireframe, and it's a little tricky. But hopefully we're reading it.
That's a very handy, what you're showing here with the topology view and the app layout. That's also very handy. What kind of things are we connected to? Giving you the visual representation without having to go in and do the CLI commands and take a look at what services it's connected to. I could see this being very helpful in troubleshooting. Maybe not getting into in-depth troubleshooting, but at least knowing where your starting point's at.
We're going to navigate to business application, right? So this is actually a space. So I have this maps to it like a Cloud Foundry space. So I have a space called GenAI samples. And then I have the 2 apps in that space, and then all the service instances. Those are all LLMs, but they're all mapping to that, so that's pretty sweet. And we see that roll up into the org too.
Yeah,
which is nice.
Yeah, exactly.
I can see this being very beneficial for trying to map out a lot of infra. And we talk about a platform, right? We start to see.
Yeah, click on the platform link too.
So we see what foundation it's in. Go routers, what AZ it's landing in. Nice. So I think even like I didn't wire some of my infra up to this. I think there's what we call a VCF connector, which one we can start to get some of the core data out of, like the vCenter configuration and things like that too. So that might, I don't know if that's live yet, but I think that might also be if I did that connector thing. Then we could see, maybe even see like where do those Go routers live, like what host type of thing. I think I'm not 100% sure on that, but maybe even further take the platform / infra wireframes down the road type of thing. But you can correct me.
Yeah, exactly. No, you're correct. Yeah, so the whole idea, the whole stack, right? So running CF on vSphere, and you're using the VCF stack here, and the idea is just like to be able to provide customers complete top to bottom for VCF is the idea in Tanzu Platform.
Very nice.
Yeah. I think maybe if you go back to the app itself, like the the views that we were just looking at. I think that should have like red metrics and latency metrics for that application as well. I guess it depends on when you push it. Just go back to,
I think how do I get I think I just need to maybe go back
here. Yeah, go to hit applications.
Yeah. Open.
It should be under, it's the under performance. You scroll down the bottom. Okay, yeah, maybe that's because you recently pushed it, but we should have all the red metrics will be all at the bottom as well. So yeah, sort of giving the app developers the same set of data that they're used to from AppMetrics days, and giving the platform operators the same metrics they're used to from HealthWatch days, and then layer on the security aspects of it, topology and libraries and logs, sort of giving you the total package. That's kind of what we're trying to offer our CF users.
Yeah, very nice. Yeah, I know we're really just starting to scratch the surface on some of these things. So I'm really excited to see, like, or really imagine where we can go with this in the future too. Because even what we have right now is pretty good. Then I've heard a lot of things that are planned that we can't talk about yet, which are even better. So I'm really excited to see where this is all going. So
well, and that's a perfect segue, right, Nick? So watch Explore. There's going to be announcements at Explore. You know, Jacob, you and your team have done an incredible amount of work on this already. Looking forward to seeing what we've got to say at Explore about this. I think once we get past Explore, we may have to do another episode to come back in and start talking, about some of the things that are announced and where we're going. But man, just an incredible amount of work on this already. I can't wait to see where this ends up in the next 3 months, 6 months, year, right? Nothing but helpful here.
Yeah, exactly. I'm excited too. And yeah, stay tuned for the next few months when rollouts from VMware Explorer and product releases to come. So I'm excited to reconnect and go over some of those new features to come in the Tanzu platform. Yeah. And yeah, be happy to join in.
Well, I guess a call out, right? Yeah. I'm sorry, Nick, go ahead.
I said we'll definitely have to do a part 2 on this, but go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to say, so, customers out there, if you're watching this, if you're using the commercial side, if this is something you're interested in, I know Jacob would love to talk to you, love to get some opinions. Would you like to demo this? Can we, what do you want to see? Let us know. Come back and talk to us. Set us up. We'll get Jacob in touch with you and show you this in a little bit more detail. Because I know we're looking for input, right? We're looking from, are we hitting the mark? Are we going in the right direction? What do customers want to see here to make sure that we get this right? And from my view, you've done a hell of a job so far. So it's nothing but added goodness from here on.
Yeah, we're looking for design partners, right? We're really excited to see if some of our customers out there want to pair up with us and really kind of build this out. So that way it fits the needs for every customer, CF customer out there. Because I know you all have different unique needs, and let's make it a partnership.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm excited. So I'm sure other people will be excited too. So I think
this is phenomenal. Yeah. The only thing that really pisses me off about this, Jacob, is y'all didn't do this back when I was managing platforms.
Likewise.
We're gonna me and Nick get to be those old guys that back in our day we had to do things the hard way. We didn't have this fancy.
Remember when you had to have 5 different tools to figure out how to read your logs?
That's right. You and your fancy one place aggregated information. Get off my lawn.
That's the meme. It's like old man yells at cloud or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
Something. Yeah. Oh man. All right.
Hey, who out there is artistic? They got to make us a meme with me and Nick being old man telling people to get off our lawn with their fancy new tools.
Oh boy, yeah. And then
I'm sure that's coming now for sure.
Yeah.
Well,
excellent. Yeah. Thanks for coming on the show, Jacob.
Awesome. Thanks for the invite today.
Yeah. Do you have any closing thoughts or any final words of advice for our listeners?
No, I just kind of reiterate what Nikki just said. If anything comes up, watch this stream and excited to learn more, just let me know. You can reach out to me or Nikki or Nick, and they'll point you in my direction, and we'll make sure you're connected with the team and get you testing this out and signing up for a trial or get you onboarded or anything that works for you. That's basically closing thoughts from my perspective.
We want to hear from you guys.
All
So,
right.
And on that
Yes,
lines,
exactly.
all the subscribers, everybody that's listening, make sure you hit that subscribe button. That's what's going to get you the new content, get you notified that new things are coming out. Take a look at us on LinkedIn and on X. I keep wanting to say Twitter, but on X. And then also cloudfoundryweekly.com, right? So that's where you can catch, if you don't want to see our pretty faces, you just want to hear our voices, you can listen to us on podcasts from there as well. So, all right. Well, I look forward to, and hopefully, again, Explorer's coming up. Looking forward to seeing some people out there, talking to people there. So, make sure that you come by and say hi. You'll catch me and Nick all over the place. Jacob, are you going to Explore?
I am not, but I'll be there in spirit.
Bummer. All right. Well, if we start talking to people that want to talk to us about Tanzu Platform and what the aggregated looks like, we'll just call you up on the phone and put you on the phone with them.
Perfect. That sounds great.
Excellent.
Nice.
Awesome.
All right. We ready?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
Thanks, everyone.
CF bye.
CF bye.